Park City, Utah. You're listening and watching live coverage of the Big Sky Media Kickoff. I'm John Oglesby. I'm the Media Relations Director over football in the Big Sky Conference. What we're going to be doing this morning, we're going to be joined by a variety of different student athletes as we look forward to the upcoming Big Sky Conference season. Be kicking off on August 29th as Montana hosts defending national champion North Dakota State in Missoula. Very excited about that with the conference, but we're excited to kick off our student-athlete interviews this morning with Malcolm Whye. Malcolm's one of the great players for Northern Colorado. Hoping to have a great season coming up with the Bears. Malcolm, first off, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So far, how have you enjoyed the experience here in Park City?
It's been a great experience. Getting to meet the guys. You spend days on Saturdays. They're usually your enemies, but you get here in Park City and you get to learn about these guys as the leaders that they are on and off the field, and it's really been a great experience.
That's one of the great things, we talk a lot in the conference office about the family experience with the Big Sky. As part of that, how much from a student-athlete perspective is it kind of nice to get to see different people and different elements than, say, just on the field on Saturday?
Right, it's a big difference for us. We get to meet all the coaches and stuff, and all the guys are really laid back and down to earth. So it's just cool to see them in an environment outside of football.
Yeah. So you obviously going into your senior season at Northern Colorado. Interesting last year. You guys had your struggles. You didn't play in 2013 because of some injuries. This upcoming season, how much does it mean to you getting ready for your senior year?
It's huge for me, and for a lot of guys back home as well. We're trying to get this thing turned around, and this senior group is really looking forward to trying to be the group that does that. So, we've had a lot of guys here in the off season, and we're putting in the work, and we're just excited to get it on the field this year.
How did you feel about spring football specifically?
It went really well. We had a lot of guys step up and do some big things for us. A lot of the younger guys got good reps, and we'll see a lot of new faces on the team this year. But, spring ball went really well for us. And like I said, we're just excited to put it all together in the fall and start fall camp up in a couple of weeks.
You were a two-sport athlete in high school. You went to Mullen High School in Denver. Being a great athlete in high school, this is a question I always like to ask athletes because I think it's kind of fun. Being a great athlete in high school, does that really compare to what it takes to be successful in college, or is it just a massive difference?
It's a pretty big difference. In high school, a lot of the guys here will probably tell you they were the guy in high school.
Yeah.
You come to college and you really look for your own identity, and you gotta tweak a couple things and do things differently the way the coaches want you to do it. It definitely helps, but it's definitely a big transition from high school to college.
So obviously, when you left high school, you initially went to Colorado State Pueblo, then ended up at Northern Colorado. Take us through and take the fans through what that process was like, how that transpired.
My story is a bit different. I actually signed to go to CSU Pueblo, and they obviously just won the national championship, so congrats to them. I signed to go there, and I got hurt right before I was supposed to report, so I actually quit football for 2 years. And I came up to UNC just to go to school.
Yeah.
And so I met up with some of my roommates and some of the former players here.
Yeah.
And they kind of knew me from high school, and they were like, "Man, you should try out." So I went to try out my sophomore year and got hurt again right before my sophomore year. So I rehabbed all winter and walked on in the spring. And luckily, Coach Collins just put me on a full-ride scholarship. So it's been a long uphill journey, but I'm proud to say that I did it myself, and I'm here now. So
yeah, you're majoring in business. Senior season obviously upon you. What's kind of the plans as you start looking into the future, moving on?
Actually, I just graduated, so that's good. I'm going to be going to grad school right now for sports administration.
Okay.
So I'm just taking it one day at a time and just trying to lay foundation for myself to have a good future.
What is a few more questions here, and then we'll let you get on with the media, the scrum, if you will. What's the game of football mean in your life? I talk to different players, and it's interesting what football means at various points in their life. But as you're ready to play your final season here, what does the game of football mean to Malcolm Whye?
I've only started playing football when I was in high school, so I haven't been playing for too long. But I learned a lot playing football about the game of football, and it taught me a lot about life. Sometimes you have your ups, sometimes you have your downs. I met a lot of really cool people. I'm still meeting cool people, and football's been everything for me for the last couple of years, and I'm just glad I had the opportunity to do it.
As a wide receiver, what's your what's your favorite part on game day? What's your favorite part? Is it lining up, looking at a DB? Is it pregame warmups? Is it the postgame meal? What's your favorite part of game day?
I think probably the process getting ready for game day is the most fun because, we have fun with ourselves, the team. I'd say the process leading up to game day, and then right before game day, there's something about just being out on the field and, you're warming up and everybody's looking at you. And it's something about game day, the atmosphere, everything about it. But, yeah, probably just lining up across from the DB and knowing that, it's about to be on. So,
it's about to get on.
Right.
Okay, last question. Not as much a question, but, as we talk to Northern Colorado fans, what do you have to say to the Northern Colorado fan base as we get ready for kickoff here in about 6-7 weeks?
I hope you guys are excited because we're excited to put something good on the field this year. So stay tuned. We're trying to turn this thing around, and we think we're going to do it. So.
Okay, that's Malcolm Whye, everybody. He's a senior wide receiver for Northern Colorado. Bears excited to get going with the season, Malcolm. Appreciate you stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your time here in Park City. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with another exciting student-athlete interview here. You're watching live streaming of the Big Sky Media Kickoff from Park City, Utah.